Hello everyone, Sora here with another video on Beyblade Parts. I'm very sorry that I haven't posted any videos lately. I have been sick for a while. It's that season of the year. So yeah, basically this is going to be the end of the Beyblade Parts stuff, because I'm basically going to show you the last of all my stuff all in one go. So yeah. Well, actually guys, I still am sick, so well, maybe a little, but for the most part I'm better. Right now, I'm going to just start with the pieces and go from there. Start with, this is a 230, Armor 230. It's a 230 spin track with armor on it. It's bigger and wider. So if you have a defense type bay that you want to have more defense and to be taller than all the others, you want this then. LF or LRF. This is left flat. It's rubber. That's why it's, some call it left rubber flat or LRF. It comes from Medio El Drago. It's basically the R squared F version for left spin bays. If you use it for right spin bays, the bay will probably go flying off the stadium. For left spin bays, it helps keep it on the stadium. Another old part, D for defense. It's not as good as WD or W squared D, in my opinion, because it only lets you lean just maybe like 20 or 30 degrees. S and C230, C145 I mean, sorry, such a noob. Well, C145, it's not all that great. It's just when the bay is spinning, the claws will come on out like that. It basically doesn't do anything all that great. As you may see, it's basically a waste of plastic. S is a basic stamina tip. So if you're new to Beyblade, use that. SB or spike ball. This is a ball with a spike on it. It's for stamina and defense. Basically, it's kind of like D in a way. So yeah, as you can see, it's going pretty good there. BD145. It has two modes. Let me show you the first mode. This mode here, it can be used with any bay. It's kind of like, well, you can still see the BD145 there. It's a bit bigger than a wheel would be. So yeah. But the second mode, it can only be used with the Hades fusion wheel. So you see, yeah, it's got these spikes up here. So only the Hades fusion wheel works with this mode. So yeah. Giga Flat or GF. This one came from Bahamut. Gladiator Bahamut. Basically, it's like Extreme Flat, only better. It has more attack power, but it's not so much out of control as XF was. It works better. So yeah. Wide semi-flat, WSF. Basically, it's attack and stamina. So, but it has more attack than stamina. It's like semi-flat, but more attack, less stamina. Well, I mean, less stamina, less attack, more stamina. Sorry, I'm such a noob right now. Getting over this cold. So yeah, circle flat. Basically only use it in Zero G or Shogun Steel stadiums because of the ring. If it tips over even a little, it'll start scraping on the stadium, and that'll cause you to lose a lot of stamina. Okay, last part. XD. This one has 3 modes. Right now it's in defense. If I move these levers here, over, and all the way down, it's an attack mode. Hold flat. But if I put it in between the two, on that little ledge in there, if you can see it, is in stamina mode. Now, some people rig this so that if the bay gets hit, this thing automatically just moves and then, voila, attack mode. Or, if it's against a left spin bay, wham, it's in defense mode now. So yeah, people like to do that. Onto original stock Beyblades. Thief Phoenix. E230 GCF. GCF is basically CF, but it has these edges on it, which if they hit the stadium floor, it should do it any second now. It'll basically scrape the stadium and it'll actually damage the stadium. Yeah, you hear that? That was it. Now, Phoenix itself is a good attack type metal wheel, like Pegasus kind of. E230. It has 2 modes. If I flip this over, the free moving part, if I flipped it over, it would be more rigid, more stuck in place. And you could use that to, like, say, if a bay hit you here, this ring could come up and then that bay is stuck there. It'll be locked in place. And it'll lose a lot of stamina from that. In the mode it's in, it helps it keep it level. Helps it keep as much stamina as possible. Bandit Golem. It's a defense type. A funny tip it has, it's called BS. Now that's kind of funny to me. BS, it stands for bottom spike, because, let me show you here. As you can see, it's staying mostly in the middle or around the middle. This tip, it lets Beyblades fight against... This tip is meant to be used against stamina type or defense type bays. So yeah. Golem itself is a pretty good metal wheel in defense terms. If it was Golem, it would have maybe triple the defense. Sorry guys, I'm still sniffling. Still suffering from the cold somewhat. Still recovering. Gimbu Gimbu, I'm not sure if I showed that before. It's a synchrome of 2 Gimbus together. F230 twin ball. It's the best synchrome, the stamina type synchrome there is. But you do not want a synchrome type stamina bay. And here's why. With the added weight of a second wheel, it loses a lot of stamina. But it does gain attack and defense, but it loses a lot of stamina. So yeah. Wait, no. Ray Striker. With this part, I don't remember the name. I'm such a noob. And CS, Corded Spike. Now, Corded Spike, let me show you what it does. It's an attack type tip, but it makes the bay move unpredictably. Like, if it just makes a little lean, it could, like, make the bay shoot in one direction. So you never know where it's going to come from. You never know what it's going to do next. Ray itself is a very good attack type wheel. Striker, the energy ring, it's a very good attack type as well because of the shape. It's not completely circular, but it's because of the edges and the corners, it gives it more attack power. Final stock Beyblade. Ronin Dragoon in Japan it's called. Here's Dark Knight Dragoon. LW145 BSF. BSF means blades to my flat. Because there are blades on it. Blades on the tip. Now, the blades, they don't really do anything. In my opinion. They maybe like, give it a little extra speed. A little, but not much. You don't really notice any difference. So, yeah, it's worthless to me. It's a waste of plastic. LW145 though is great because, well, meanwhile Drago it's LW105. This one's LW145. So the wings are bigger. There's more wings, so it could spin faster. It could spin faster, guys. So yeah. Dragoon itself, it's just like El Drago, except for this one dragon head here. It takes up like half the wheel, while there's these two here. That gives it more stamina, because this is a balanced type bay. For once, it's mostly attack, but it's actually balance. Hasbro calls it an attack type, but it's really more a balance type. And the stats, they're not all that great when it's just like that. So yeah. Okay, on to combos. Medio El Drago LW105 RSF. I took the LF off, replace it with RSF, because this makes it a zombie type bay. Its stats are better in my opinion to that. Because I prefer stamina types. So yeah. The rubber helps it endure better. It lets it take more hits. Lose less stamina. So yeah. It also has a mode change as well, as all El Dragos do. As you see, it's in stamina mode. But if I flipped it around, it would be in attack mode with these teeth open. So yeah. Salamander, Behemoth, SP230 WD, SP230, that's Spike 230. Basically, it's, if there's a bay below it, these spikes are going to hit it and damage that other bay. Well, not damage it, but, well, make it lose more stamina. This WD is barely used. Salamander is a balanced type metal wheel. It has spikes on it. So, if you hit those spikes, it's gonna hurt your bay. Well, not hurt it, I mean, but it's gonna lose stamina. Behemoth, it's a attack kind of wheel. SP230 has another function as well. If it leans over, it can scrape. But like, if you go like super far, and it goes like this, the spike will hit, and then it'll act like a brake. It'll keep it from going out of the stadium. So that helps. Also, in ZOG and Shogun Steel stadiums, this is almost as big as the pocket itself, so it's hard to make it go out. Let me see, Leviathan Dragoon. I forgot the name of this part. Twin ball. I can't believe I forgot the name of that part. I'm such a noob. I've been focusing on Minecraft and Yu-Gi-Oh! And everything too much. Anyway, this is a zombie type bay. It's probably one of the best zombie type bays that there is. If there's one better you think, then please tell me in the comments. Anyway, it's in my opinion, it's one of the best. Now, against a stamina type bay, it'll win, but it'll be a close one. It will barely win. Like against Phantom Cygnus here, Phantom Cygnus will barely lose most of the time. So, yeah. There's that. Here I have, Gargoyle Kraken. With that part again, JSB. Jog Spike Ball. Now, this is a spike ball, but with spikes on it. So, like, it keeps it, the spikes help keep it on the stadium. Like, if you get hit hard, it'll help keep it on the stadium. It won't go out as easy as a spike ball would. And Gargoyle and Kraken, they have high walls, which make them good for defense. So yeah. Diablo Leon. GB 145 MS. This MS is kind of worn, so it's more like metal flat, kinda. GB, it adds weight because of the balls inside it. If you can hear those. Leon is flat, gives it more stamina. I have the various face bolt because I can't find the, I traded off the Leon face bolt. So yeah. The Diablo wheel, it has 4 different modes. Well, actually 5 if you have the XD attached, but if you have the XD for the spin track and tip, then they would have 5, but it has 4. Though one of them is very tricky to get out of. It likes to stay in it. MS, more metal. It's metal, so it adds weight, makes it a better defense type. So, yeah. Though it kind of goes around the outside because the metal tip is worn. But it goes around slow. Okay, down to the last 3 now. Another Synchron Bay. Bahamut Ifrit. W145 R squared F. This W squared F is, R squared F is dirty. W145 helps with the spin speed. Bahamut. It's bigger than any other metal wheel there is. So, with it on the bottom, it can act like a barrier. Like if this was a tall bay with a 230 spin track. But when it's low, because it's low, it acts like a battering ram. So yeah, it makes the bay hit harder than usual. Samurai Ifrit, it can do the uppercut because of the horns. R squared F, you already know about that. Burn Befall. My second best stamina type, I believe, in my opinion. Burn from Burn Fire, Blaze Befall, from Twisted Befall. 145. BS. Bottom spike, that is. This one is less used as Golem's is. So yeah, the ridges on the fall, they help it with, they do a little defense, but they also help with the stamina. Because it helps keep the air in a circle and not going out. Helps it with the speed that way. Burn is almost completely circular, so it's great for stamina. Okay, final bay. Phantom Sickness. This one's in stamina mode. I like to call it perfect mode because it's completely flat here, as you can see. Completely flat. So, if it's completely flat like that, then it has a lot more stamina that way. And it is completely circular as well, adding to the stamina. And there's the bearing drive, BD, which gives it some free spin. If I can show you here. So yeah, it's a little rusty, so it's not as good as it used to be. If I flip the wheel, it would be in attack mode with the stickers on. So yeah, this is from Karatomi. So yeah, this is my personal favorite, and the Cygnus parts, they're special to me because if any of you know Mark Burrows, he means a great deal to me, and well, I got this Beyblade while on his last choir trip. We were going across country. So yeah, I bought this at one of our stops, the Cygnus, Creek Cygnus. I bought it at one of our stops. He saw me buying it. He talked to me about Beyblade, and he's one of the reasons I keep on doing it. So yeah, shout out to Mark Burrows. You're great, man. You're great. And a great choir director, too. So, yeah. And, well, that is everything, guys. So, I will try to do a Minecraft video sometime soon, but, I have more clients coming tomorrow, so, I am going to be busy until January 8th, I believe, so I won't really get all that much of a chance to record, really. So, yeah. So, that was another Beyblade video, and I will see you next time.